Welcome to the Council of Done With Your Shit, where we discuss all things fandom and all things funny. Today, I'm not going to talk much, since we're talking about Transformers. I'm just going to let Joan rant for a little bit. I might come in a little bit here and there. By the way, I'm Carson, that's Joan. I might come in here and there, but this is mostly going to be a Joan episode, since she's the one that knows about Transformers. Here you go, Joan. Da 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 da. Okay. Joan speaking here, ranting to you about, there's 30 plus years, around 30 years of Transformers out there, many universes, many all this shit. Bella! Sorry. We got the puppies over today, and they're being weird as fuck. Okay, but we're gonna talk to you about the more infamous of them all, the live-action movies.
Michael Bay,
yes. Michael Bay, also known as Explosion, my god, Explosion, Megan Fox, all this other stuff. That's basically the plot of every single movie he's ever made. Okie dokie. Now where to begin? We'll start with the actual, let's say, Transformers themselves. Now, it's amazing how the characters themselves, the designs of the characters, heavily approve of. They're fucking awesome. Their all modes are awesome. Bipedal modes, amazing. No, Optimus Prime was voiced by none other than Peter Cullen, the single voice of Optimus Prime. There is no other. And then we had Ironhide being Clinton Eastwood, basically, which is pretty awesome. He was amazing. In the comics for the live-action movie, he blew up a small planet. But, hey, it was gonna explode anyway. Betsy, don't jump up there. That's my puppy. Okay, and then, Ratchet, who's got some sass to him, and then makes a sex joke, basically, without knowing it. From a seriously medical sex joke. And then we have Jazz, who is basically black, like every single Jazz ever to be, ever. But, no Scatman Crothers to voice him. But the guy who did voice him was like, oh, Scatman Crothers voiced him. So I'm like, hey, okay, G1 reference for the voice actors, pretty good. And then,
I'd suggest getting closer to the mic.
I'm not gonna get closer to the mic. Originally, we were gonna have RC as one of the Autobots who arrived to Earth in the first. Oh, you fucking piece of poop head!
Sorry.
My puppy jumped on the computer. Betsy Ross.
Here, we can go over here up to my area.
Yes, we're gonna go to a special area, because fucking dogs. Oh my god, they're following me! Okay, so anyway, let's recap. RC is going to be one of the original Autobots arriving to Earth, but Michael Bay was like, no, we can't explain female Transformers in, in this movie, because that's going to take too much time. And it's like, no one knows why they're female, why there's females, why it's a gendered society. Who knows? Comics have taken many, interpretations. One of it has RC as batshit crazy, and that's the IDW Publications. And she's batshit because she was literally forced to become a female. Or female-minded. And female-bodied, and whatever. So anyway, and then there's Bumblebee, who they make a unique standpoint with having him mute and not a fucking Mary Sue and not getting hurt all the time and captured, and he's like, oh, he's weak. No, he's kind of got some ball bearings, if you know what I mean. And he's pretty much, this is when they make Bumblebee not a fucking loser. And then everyone takes that idea. Everyone. The other three shows that follow Bumblebee's mute, and it's like, really? I
thought he wasn't mute in the comics.
No, he was. No, wait, which comics are we talking about?
I mean, the cartoons, sorry.
Cartoons, it depends. All the ones predating it, he wasn't. But after the movie came out, everyone was like, oh, that's cool. And they took it and they ran with it. And it's like, really? Come on, guys. Come on, Bumblebee is awesome. Except Transformers Prime, they finally gave him his voice back, because what is up with the Transformers movie? He can finally talk. Hey, he has kind of a British accent. That's cute. He's cute. Everyone loves Bumblebee. And then other movies, he can never talk ever again. It's like, what the fuck? Reading the comics, and they make some bullshit excuses of why he can't talk again. And it's like, come on, bitch. He just got this shit back, because let him live. Let him live. And then,
what about Megatron?
Megatron, what about Megatron?
Talk about him.
Megatron, okay, Megatron was not voiced by Frank Welker. And people were upset about that, but I'm like...
Nimoy.
Leonard Nimoy. Leonard Nimoy voiced Galvatron.
Oh, sorry.
But they're the same, technically the same, and yet not the same person, which is
voiced by
weird.
Elrond in the Michael
But
Bay
he
movie.
was voiced by none other than Elrond, Hugo Weaving. So now, whenever I look at Hugo Weaving, he's either Elrond, Megatron, sometimes a Red Skull, but it's always the first two. Can never see him as anything else. Megatron was violent, he was a dick, he was a badass, and pretty much Megatron.
Pretty much an asshole.
He was an asshole. He was Megatron. Starscream was in Dorito formation. He was a triangle. He
Dorito
looked like
formation?
a gorilla chicken. Was a big thing. Betsy, you just smacked your face, you stupid puppy. Gorilla Chicken was something he was called for the longest time since the movie, and then the later comics, Revenge of Starscream, came out. Even the publishers and creators themselves were like, hey, he looks like a fucking gorilla chicken. Starscream was incredibly violent, as all Decepticons are, and rightfully so. They're not pussies in the other... Oops, I said that out loud.
You can say pussies.
They're not like little wimps with no aim in like all the comics, because that's meant for kids. Nah, this shit is for the adults that are gonna see this. And they're hitting things, they're killing things. He made a person explode in his cockpit, trying to take him out of the atmosphere. The dude's eyes was like, and there was blood everywhere, and Starscream was like, ew, gross. And it's like, I get you. And then that was the Simpsons. Megan Fox's character was also actually, as a female, I extremely liked her. I loved her character. She was smart. She was beautiful. She was what I wished I could be, because I'm none of those things. And she was just playing around awesome. Sam Witwicky was
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf. Actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf. And then he was a dork, a dweeb, and kind of a smart butt with...
Was he a little bit of... I thought he was a little bit of a Gary Stu.
He was kind of a butt cheek, too.
Yeah.
He was awesome. He was great. He wasn't like Spike or Sparkplug, which is amazing.
Who are the two ice cream truck guys?
Skids and Mudflap, I hated them. They were unnecessary. Why would you make those characters twins when you had Sideswipe in the movie? And Sideswipe actually does, in fact, have a twin brother who is a sociopath asshole who's awesome and extremely vain. And it's just an extremely complicated person. It's just like no one likes him except his own brother, and even his own brother hates him at some times. And it's like, wow, that's family relationships for you. But I'm just like, you really missed something. You really didn't need Skids and Mudflap, and people even thought they were racist, and that's why they were not in the third movie.
Yeah, enemy scrotum. What was the deal with that? There was like one scene where like there was the Decepticons and the wrecking ball,
Devastator.
The wrecking ball enemy scrotum.
Had balls, literal balls. I thought it was awesome that they had the Constructicons in there, even though you did not know really it was Devastator. But hey, the Constructicons had a nod in there, and there was a little tidbits for everyone. It's just like, references. Constructicons are pretty cool.
But I don't understand. I didn't see the last movie, and what was the deal with the frickin'
Dinobots. Yes, Age of Extinction. That movie was a big what the fuck. The Dinobots, fun fact, did not show up until like 8 minutes before the movie end. They did nothing. Grimlock didn't even talk. We didn't even know, you wouldn't even know his name was Grimlock unless you knew what the Dinobots were, who they were, and what they turned into. They didn't even have the original 5. Dinobots, Swoop, Snarl, Slag, and Sludge, and Grimlock. No, they had all these other weird-ass fuckers, and it's just like, who the fuck is you? Who the fuck is you? It's like, I want Swoop, Snarl, Slag, and Sludge.
What? I thought Optimus Prime, didn't he ride one?
Yes, he rode Grimlock with like a sword, and I'm like, get it, cowboy! I did not like Optimus Prime for the longest time, but
for the longest time.
Okay, I don't know. You make references, and I don't understand anything. If it's
Well,
not
I don't
Transformers.
understand most of this shit because I'm not a big Transformers fan.
I'm a trans fan. It's a very unfortunate name, but it's out there.
That's why I'm letting Joan rant, because I have no clue about
But
what the
Optimus
fuck she's
Prime,
talking about.
That last movie, what was it, the 4th one? The dear fucking
With Mark
God.
Wahlberg.
Well, okay, and then you had, what, Stanley, what's his last
Stanley
name?
Tucci?
Tucci, that was it. I almost said Coochie.
Stanley Tucci.
Tucci. There was one line in that entire movie movie that made it worth seeing. And my sister and I, when we saw it, were the only ones who fucking laughed. And he was like, how do you say get the fuck out of the way in Chinese? Because these old Hong Kongers were walking, and what are you fucking doing, Bella? We're walking, and they were walking slow because they're old women, and you're just like, how do you say get the fuck out of the way with Chinese? Because they basically had a bomb in their arms that everybody wanted to, like, kill Earth, basically. Because obviously, the Decepticons want to kill Earth every single fucking time. The humans in that movie were complete and utter assholes. They're just like, oh, they don't matter. And I'm just like, these people are a living race that don't technically breathe, so I'm going to use this phrase, like, metaphorically. Living, breathing, thinking, feeling race. Despite being, like, or not carbon-based or organic. And, they're living things. Don't be a dick to them. Would you do that to a dog? Would you do that to another human? No, then why the fuck are you doing it to these guys? They're just like, what, because they're robots, quote-unquote? But so basically, they slaughter them after these people have protected your planet, even though, destruction has been wrought. But, come on. These shit's got, like, lasers, and it's like they don't want to share their technology with us, and it's just like they fucked up their own planet. They don't want to fuck up yours, too, even though they are. That they don't want that. Why are they under this fighting?
I don't know. And I got a question. What was the deal in that second movie with that hot Decepticon chick?
Alice.
Girl that
she was a pretender. And, I don't really know. The second movie had literally no plot. It was mainly Megan Fox's boobs jiggling.
Yeah.
And Dynasty of the Primes.
And the frickin', what was it called? The little tiny piece of the
shard
cube.
of the Allspark.
That's
and it's just like, what the fuck is that? And it's just like Bumblebee killing kitchen appliances. Bumblebee, if we find out that, hey, Transformers can in fact snap. I do not know how that works. How do you snap with metal on metal?
Wait, what? He snapped?
Bumblebee's snapping.
Oh my god.
He's playing, I'm so excited, I just can't hide it. And he's snapping because Sam's going to college, and then he's just like, oh yeah, I'm not taking you with me. And Bumblebee's like, what the fuck, man? I busted my hump over you, and you're not taking me? Yeah, he was very upset about that. And then he, like, dumps Megan Fox somehow after this. And
why the fuck would you dump Megan Fox?
Why would you it's like Michael Bay, I know you hate her despite having her in movies afterward, but come on, her character was awesome. And then Carly was annoying as fuck. I hated her. I knew it was supposed to be a reference to the original G1, but I'm like, wait, you said that Megan Fox's Michaela Baines was supposed to be the Carly in this, so why the fuck are you having an actual Carly? And she was kind of a dick to the Autobots. And it's like, okay, Bumblebee's been through so much shit with his kid, he has privileges over you. And then he's like, what happens to Sam in the last, like, the fourth movie?
The Mark Wahlberg one?
He's not even there.
Do we even know what happens to him?
It's probably in the comics that they have in between, so people actually know what the fuck is happening. But yeah, movie-wise, we literally have no context. And then the only funny guy, the fat funny guy in the beginning, they kill him.
And what about...
But they had Lockdown. That was pretty awesome. But they also slaughtered all the other Autobots. They killed Ironhide off. And Ironhide is the best. They gave him a crappy death, just like they did in the original Transformers movie in '86. And he's like, please, Megatron, down! And it's just like, ugh. Megatron shoots him in the fucking face. And it's like, oh my god, Megatron, chill the fuck out.
And what about that, the guy that was played by that John Malkovich knockoff? The guy that was the like, end of the world preparer guy, the guy that was in the...
Oh, do you mean Seymour Simmons?
I think so. He was the guy that said enemy... He was the guy that said enemy scrotum. He was the actor that was...
Oh, was it Leo? Leo is the one you're talking about, Sam's roommate?
No. He was the guy that Sam went to find to ask about the Allspark.
Yes, that is Seymour Simmons. He was super fucking funny. I loved his character, even though he was weird. They had Wheelie. I did not like what they did to Wheelie, but at least he didn't speak in fucking rhymes. And it's like, oh my god, he didn't have the squeaky voice, but he was really, like, sexual to Michaela. And I'm like,
yeah,
okay,
was that the little
that's
one?
the little RC car that humped Michaela's leg.
Yeah.
Yes. And then Sam was like, no, that's my job. And I'm like, well, you break up with her, so not anymore, bitch.
Oh my god. Michael Bay, I don't even know what you do. You ruined Transformers, but you also did a number on frickin' Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I haven't even seen that yet. He made them aliens or something?
It's bullshit. It's like...
He made them aliens.
No, he didn't. No, they weren't aliens. They were turtles that were, like, radioactive bullshit about Megan Fox's dad.
Oh, ooze is what it's called.
Yeah, like Megan Fox named them the...
She named them?
Yeah,
Twitter named them.
Yeah, no, she named them the
after the Renaissance characters?
In the Michael Bay movie. Michael Bay,
what have you done?
What have you done?
So you want to hear something fun? 7th grade, I was that's when I first got into Transformers because of a friend I made. We got into it, and she helped me, like, feed this impassionate love that I can say the universal greetings still. Bobby Grana Wheat Minibog. Yep, can still say it. Cannot spell it for the life of me, but I can say it. And, what's it? We were learning about, in my history class, World War II. So he showed us a clip from Pearl Harbor. Because it was the teacher everyone loves. And it's like, oh, we're watching videos in class. And so we're watching it, and everything's happening. It goes, plane's going. There's a military man. He leans down, he looks up, everything's exploding. He's like, my God. And then shit happens. And I'm like, wait, did Michael Bay direct this movie? And then I found out, I asked a teacher who said, yes, Michael Bay did in fact direct this movie. And I'm like, that is exactly the opening scene of Transformers when Blackout attacks the base in Qatar. And I'm like, whoa! Okay, we went over 15 minutes.
Yeah, so we probably gotta wrap this up.
This could obviously be continued at a later date, because I got so many I can go off of.
Yeah.
There's like 25 plus years worth of Transformers I can go off of. But I'm gonna say this. As Transformers evolves, and as you read the comics, if you read the IDW publishings, it gets so dark. Like, they get so morally ambiguous as long as the war goes. People do some crazy shit. Like, Prowl, he's, like, super loose with his morals. Sunstreaker basically turns in the human race, causes a whole bunch of shit and slaughters for humans, and then he feels bad, and then he does this suicide mission to redeem himself, and then he does later redeem himself after everyone hates him, and then he realizes he's a dick, and I'm like, yay, character development for the asshole. He was paralyzed for a time, and I was like, that was awesome. And then, fun stuff. And best part, in the comics, I kind of got a nod of Bumblebee and RC as a pairing, which I ship. I love that pairing. But then they killed off Alita 1, which is Optimus Prime's babe.
Aww.
And I'm like, wow, fuck you. But then they kind of had her in the second movie, and I'm like, fuck you. They had Chromia, too. And I like Chromia and Ironhide. That's the thing, man. Okay, I can obviously continue this.
Yeah, we might.
I'm running out of breath.
We might continue this in a second episode, so yeah. Meeting adjourned, I think.
Yep. Knock, knock.